underparent, you don't overparent, you don't, you know, you're gentle but firm. I don't I have a colleague at work, and I've watched her gentle parent her kid. She What she does is in gentle parenting. What she does is she's gentle, but she's firm. She's very firm with her daughter, and she needs to be firm with her daughter because her daughter could go off the rails if she lets it. And I'm watching her, and I was like, oh wow, that's kind of cool, because she's younger than me. She's a lot younger than me. So I'm like, okay. And I heard like horror stories about how they parent their kids. Like they just let their kids be feral children, curse them out, and all that other stuff. She does not. She allows her daughter to have her feelings, and she allows her daughter to express her feelings to a point. And then she's like, okay. And I watch her and I'm in awe. And I'm like, yo, I would have shaked that child. I don't believe in shaking children. I do not. But sometimes you just have to let them know it's a possibility, but she's really good. And I watch that. It's not gentle, it's firm, and she's gentle. So it's like I started to adopt that, especially with my youngest, because he's in that same age group as her daughter. So she literally taught me how to like how to work with my youngest. And because he's 12, her daughter, I think, is like 3 or 4 or something like that, but they're in that age group. And I told her, I was just like, yo, it's like I scold him, I do whatever. And it's like, she was like, nah, they want the smoke. They want that smoke. She was like, you can't go blow for blow with them. They're not those kids. And I was like, oh, and I tried it, and she was 100% right. So it's like, for my parents, learn from each other. Doesn't matter if what gen they in, Gen X, Gen Z, Gen whatever it is. If you see it's working for someone else, try it. I do. I try everything. I try almost everything. I wouldn't say I try everything, almost everything once, and if it works, I keep maintain and improve it, and her parenting work. And I see that there are times that she has to be the bad guy with her daughter. And her daughter's like, she doesn't like it, but she respects it, and you, if you feel that your kids don't respect you, they're not doing what you tell them to do, it's like I tell them this over and over again, and they just keep doing the same thing. That frontal lobe has not developed. It hasn't. The frontal lobe hasn't developed, and whatever else has to kick in, hasn't kicked in yet. So repetition. Unfortunately and fortunately, it's repetition. If you say you don't like this yesterday, you don't like it today again. Because if you say you don't like something and they do it again and you just let it go, that's teaching them that you don't hold strong to your boundaries. So you have to make sure your yes is yes, your no is no, and that's it. You understand? What I've learned is when I say to especially my middle son, because he's in the age where, and I've been there, I'm the middle child. I He's at the age where he's not young anymore, but he's not older and an adult yet. He's in that in between where it's just like he has responsibilities, but all he wants to do is play. Shit, as old as I am, and I still want to do that, but he's trying to learn the balance between getting your shit done and having time for yourself. I'm watching him maneuver it, you know. And what I learned from my parents is if nothing's wrong, don't make shit up. Like I used to feel like when I was his age that I would clean the house. I would check all the boxes that my parents wanted. I would check all the boxes, and they still had something to complain about. So it got to a point where I was like, F this. If you're going to complain and you're going to say I'm a bad kid, I can show you better than I can tell you. And that's what happened. So for me, I learned from that. And I'm like, I asked for the house to be clean, for him to get grades that he does not have to repeat anything and he can keep moving forward, and for him to learn stuff, learn stuff, hone your craft, do all those things. When I see him doing all those things, I encourage him on it, because that's another thing that a lot of parents forget to do. Just because nothing's wrong doesn't mean that you don't say nothing to your kid.